us off, laugh at us, call us mid, but guess what? We are back. We didn't just win a trophy, we finished fourth. We are back in the Champions League, and now Chelsea Football Club has activated transfer season. Viktor Gyökeres, contact me. Leon Delap, here we go. Ekitike still alive. Jadon Sancho, talks are happening. To fresh eyes on Maresca and quiet exit like by the show. This isn't vibes anymore. Let's talk about Delap, let's talk about Gyökeres, let's talk about Sancho, let's talk about what is cooking behind the scene at Koba. So buckle up, because what happens in the next few weeks could define what Chelsea would look like in the next 5 years. So make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. They laughed, they mocked, they counted us out. But while they wrote headlines, we wrote history. No one expected this. New manager, youngest squad in the league, no Champions League football, a team that finished mid-table just a year ago. Chelsea were supposed to rebuild, not contend, not rise, not compete. But Enzo Maresca has other ideas. From the first whistle of the season, you could feel it. Structure, control, belief. This was no longer a team of individuals. It was a system. But then came chaos, injury, fixture congestion, mid-season. Our form fell off the cliff. We dropped points in the games we had in our hands. Critics sharpened their knife. The same old Chelsea narrative was back. But inside Cobham, there was no panic. Just preparation, just focus, just work. And in Europe, Chelsea turned up. The UEFA Conference League became a proven ground. Clinical in the group stage, ruthless in the knockout. And in the final, complete domination. The trophy was not just a silverware. It's a symbol, a signal that Chelsea are building something serious. Because winning is a habit, and Chelsea, we remembered how. Then came the Premier League run. The European confidence spilled into the league. From mid-table irrelevance to genuine top 4 charge, Chelsea went on a run. Cole Palmer, unplayable. Rich James, captain mentality. Cole Will stepping up like a veteran. Enzo and Caicedo dominating midfield battle. And Enzo Maresca, masterclass after masterclass. Chelsea went on a rampage. The pressure was massive. One slip and it's Europa League. One bad week and the dream is gone. But we held on. Strong finish, statement win, big moments, fourth place, Champions League secure. And we didn't just survive, we delivered. Let's stop and reflect. A European trophy, a top 4 finish, Champions League football, clear identity, and a manager building a project. All in 1 year. This wasn't luck. This wasn't a fluke. This was the result of belief, structure, and pure grit. The rebuild is working, and now Champions League night is returning to the Stamford Bridge. We are not done, we are getting started. But football doesn't wait. The season ends and the real work begins. We won the Conference League, we secured top 4, we brought European nights back to Stamford Bridge. But now comes the important part, building on it. Because Chelsea can't just celebrate, we have to strengthen. And at the top of the list is a proper number 9. Over the last few hours, whispers has grown louder. According to David Ornstein, top clubs like Manchester United, Newcastle, Everton, Forest has all been informed that Leon Delap is not joining them. Had a preference to sign for Chelsea. And just like that, the blueprint started to come together. A 22-year-old striker developed in City Academy, physically dominant, Premier League tested after a breakout season at Ipswich. Delap to Chelsea was heating up, and then the bomber drops. Breaking news, Leon Delap to Chelsea, here we go. Agreement in place as £30 million release clause will be triggered. Manchester City will not use their buyback clause. Delap has accepted Chelsea project, long-term deal. Maresca influence and Champions League football were key. Let that sink in. Delap is no longer just a target. He's a Chelsea player. And look, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Unless we are adding Osimhen or Gyökeres to Delap, I don't think he should be our first choice striker. Let's be real. Delap has a huge potential. His work rate is elite. His back to goal has matured and physicality Premier League ready. But he's not a 25-goal striker yet. He's not the type of striker to carry a top 4 side on his back. Over it at 8 games. And we saw how tough finishing burden was this season. Cole Palmer stepped up. Jackson gave us everything but consistency. Nkunku was never fully fit. Delap is a great piece, but he's not the final one. If Chelsea want to close the gap to City and Arsenal, we still need a world-class number 9. And that being said, Maresca wanted him for a reason. They work together at City, he knows his movement, his pressing, his mentality. Delap fits Maresca blueprint. He's young, capable, and coachable. So here is the reality. Chelsea signed a £30 million striker, one of England's most promising number 9s. We beat half of the Premier League team to his signature, and the project is growing stronger. But if this is step 1, then step 2 has to be a proven killer. Delap is a support act, not the main headline. And that brings us to other names quietly moving in the background. McGew, signed from La Masia, raw, direct, physical, still a teenager, but already playing like a grown man. McGew joined Chelsea with huge potential, but this next step is crucial, and right now, Ipswich Town is pushing hard. According to multiple reports, Ipswich Town has offered a loan for McGew as a priority target. He's one of the key striker profile wanted by Kenan McKenna. It's a separate story from Leon Delap to Chelsea, but the club maintains a very strong relationship. This is not coincidence. Let's connect the dots. Chelsea signed Leon Delap from Ipswich Town. Delap had a breakout season at Ipswich. Ipswich loved that success, now wants to run it back again, this time with McGew. McKenna knows how to coach young strikers. He gave Delap confidence, minutes, responsibility. He turned potential into Premier League production. And now he wants to do the same with McGew. And Chelsea, they see the value. This isn't a loan for sake of loan. This is a strategic development. Gew isn't ready to lead the line at Stamford Bridge yet. He needs minutes. He needs rhythm. He needs to face defenders who won't give him space. If Gew tries, he comes back ready to compete. If he struggles, he learns, he sharpens. Either way, Chelsea win. This is a new Chelsea. Buy young, loan smart. Delap is done. Gew's loan is on motion. So surely, Chelsea are set in attack. According to Peletigo of Sky Sports Germany, Leon Delap transfer does not affect Chelsea interest in Hugo Ekitike. Chelsea are still pushing. That's right, despite signing a 22-year-old striker from Ipswich Town, Chelsea are still after another young attacker, Hugo Ekitike, who is currently thriving at Frankfurt. Let's get it straight. He made his permanent move from PSG to Frankfurt in January 2024, and since then, he has been cooking in Germany. Press resistant, glides between the line, clinical when confident, and still only 22. Frankfurt gave him trust, and Ekitike started to remind everyone why PSG paid big money in the first place. Now Chelsea are cycling. So here is the question. Delap is in. Ekitike is being pushed for. So where does that leave Jackson? Jackson ended the season with 13 goals across competition. He was relentless, carried the line through injuries. He showed flashes of brilliance, but he also shows heavy touches and inconsistent finishing. Decision making under pressure still raw. So is Jackson still number one, or is he part of the rotation? Or worse, is he being slowly phased out? Let's be brutally honest. Going into a Champions League with Delap, Premier League ready but unproven at elite level. Ekitike showing form in Bundesliga but still raw. Jackson high upside but sticky. 3 high ceiling, low certainty strikers. And now let's face it, that's a massive gamble. There is no Osimhen, no Gyökeres, no elite plug and play 20 goal striker. Just talent, potential and hope. It could be a brilliant planning, or it could be a disaster class. Delap, Jackson, Ekitike. 3 talents, 3 unknown. But Chelsea know you don't go into Champions League with potential. You need certainty. You need someone who does it week in, week out. And now, according to Record Portugal, Chelsea has made contact with Viktor Gyökeres and has been trying to understand the striker situation in the last few hours. That's it. Viktor Gyökeres, the Sporting CP talisman. 66 goal contribution this season. Liga Portugal champion. He's not hype. He's not potential. He's a working product. But the Chelsea board are hesitant. Why? They are not fully convinced his form translates to the Premier League. And let's be honest, we have seen this before. Darwin Núñez destroyed Liga Portugal but still splitting opinions at Liverpool. Gonzalo Ramos, goal machine at Benfica, was struggling for game time at PSG. So yes, it's a valid concern. But there is one key difference. Gyökeres isn't new to England. He's not just making a leap from Portugal to Prem blind. He played over 100 games in the Champions League, carried Coventry to a playoff final with 21 goals. He was signed by Brighton back in 2018. He knows the rhythm. He knows the grind. He's not guessing what English football is like. He's lived it. The difference is now he's coming back as a monster. Gyökeres has a 65 million release clause. Clean, clear, trigger it, and is yours. In this market, for that output, that's value. If Chelsea goes and trigger that clause, it changes everything. The lap becomes backup with potential. Jackson rotates or moves out wide. Ekitike become an optional wildcard, not a must buy. Speaking of attackers, there is one name that stepped up when it mattered most. One name that stepped up on an European final night. Jadon Sancho. When the lights were brightest, when the pressure were highest, when the season demanded a hero, he stood up. Jadon Sancho scored in the Conference League versus Real Betis. Not just a goal, not just a moment. He was one of the game changers. He link played, he beat his man, he made things happen, he looked like the player we always knew he could be. Now Chelsea are looking to make the deal permanent. According to Sky Sports, Chelsea are in talk with Jadon Sancho representative about a new contract terms. And that tells you everything. They saw enough, they both saw enough, Maresca saw enough. At the same time, Guardian Sports are reporting something else. There are indications that Chelsea opt against taking their 25 million option to turn Jadon Sancho deal from Manchester United into a permanent deal. So what is really going on? Simple. Chelsea are trying to negotiate a better structure. Yes, there is a 25 million pounds release clause, but the board isn't just here to spend. They want to renegotiate wages, performance bonuses. Here's the thing. Jadon Sancho might not be a high-pace, high-explosive winger, but Maresca isn't asking for that. He wants ball security, positional awareness, combination in tight zone. And in that role, Jadon Sancho is perfect. Can operate in half spaces, can drift centrally, can link play with a first 9 or advanced 8. He's a final third tactician. Let's not forget, this player was frozen out by Erik ten Hag, left out, written off, and now he has helped Chelsea lift an European trophy. From United reject to European match winner. You don't walk away from this lightly. If this talk goes well and Chelsea find the right numbers, Sancho could be staying, and honestly, I would be happy to see him join the club permanently. Because while the club sharpens its attack, the defensive shuffle is quietly beginning, and one name is being leaked away from Stamford Bridge. According to L'Equipe, Olympique de Marseille are looking for a new centre-back, and Benoit Badiashile is one of the players on their list. Yes, the French international, Chelsea January 2023 signing, and one of the most technical gifted left-footed centre-back in the squad. Now potentially heading back to France. When Badiashile joined from Monaco for around 35 million, the vision was clear. Area presence, composed on the ball, progressive passing, left-footed balance next to a right-sided partner. And now let's be honest, when he's fit, he looks like that part. But that's the problem. Fitness, consistency, availability. He's missed more than 30 games through injuries since arriving. And under multiple managers, he never clocked down a consistent starting role. Maresca preferred defenders who can rotate in tight spaces, step into midfield. Let's not sugarcoat it. Chelsea aren't trying to offload Badiashile, but they are listening. If Marcel comes with the right proposal, it could help free up space, balance the wage bill, and allow Maresca to bring in someone he specifically wants. Names like Joao Hato and Thomas Araujo have all been scouted. Chelsea backline next season is being re-engineered, and that means tough decisions. This is the real debate, because a fit and confident Badiashile is Champions League quality, but can we trust the availability? And more importantly, does he suit Maresca's positional demand? Badiashile is elegant, but is he aggressive enough in build-up? Does he command the backline like a leader? Can he survive the intensity of a 60-game season? If the answer is no, then a move might suit both sides. Chelsea aren't just signing players, they are refining profiles. Ball-playing defenders, tactical discipline, high IQ decision makers. Maresca wants tacticians, not just athletes. If Badiashile doesn't tick every boxes, he should be sacrificed for someone who does. It's not personal, it's evaluation. And as one door potentially closes, another one opens. While Badiashile might be on his way out, Chelsea are looking one step ahead. And now a surprising name is gaining serious traction. According to reports, Chelsea are the latest club pushing for Lazio defender Mario Gila, and now reportedly prepared to offer 35 million euros. Milan, Man City, Bournemouth are also in the race. Let's pause for a second, because this isn't a rumor, this is real interest, and the price tag 35 million euros. Chelsea mean business. Who is Mario Gila, you may ask? 24 years old, Spanish centre-back developed at Real Madrid Castilla. Currently thriving at Lazio, from fringe player to one of Lazio's most important defensive piece. So what does Gila brings to the table? Composed in possession, he's calm under pressure, rarely panics when pressed, fits the Maresca profile of a ball-playing centre-back. Excellent in build-up, he completes 98% of his passes in Serie A, including vertical passes between the line. Think of Cowell, but right-footed. Champions League ceiling. He's gone toe-to-toe with Italian strikers and held his own. He's already showing signs he can handle elite football. And let's be honest, he's not flawless. Area duels can be inconsistent. At 6'1", he's not towering. He wins some key headers, but against tall and physical strikers, he can struggle. Can be overly aggressive. At times, he dives into duels too early, and the Premier League, that could be punished. So yes, that's a smart pickup, but not without risk. Let's connect the dots. Badioshi potentially out. Interest in Joao Heto and now Gela. Maresca clearly wants defenders who are comfortable on the ball, calm in chaos, and tactical discipline. This is not random. Chelsea are identifying profile, not news. Gela fits what Maresca wants in the middle top. Control, progression, press resistant. He's not a monster like Koulibaly. He's not a sweeper like Thiago Silva. But in Maresca blueprint, he might be the perfect puzzle piece. 35 million euros might feel steep. But in this market, for any player with his profile and potential, that's the cost of a long-term plan. And if Maresca trusts him, we back the vision. Mario Gila is not the loudest name, but the one that fits the system. So that's all for now. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.